Hi guys, welcome to the first video series of daily market analysis. Like promised, I was telling you that I would be doing a daily market analysis video update for you every day, and we'll be covering some crypto news in this. I'll not cover all news because there are a lot of apps and websites where you can go and read all the crypto news that is coming, but I'll only cover relevant news that is important for you as an investor and as a trader. Some news you should know of and you can benefit of if you know the timeline and date of when the news is coming. Okay, so the basic news, important news of over the week we'll cover. We'll do some technical analysis of BTC and ETH, macro analysis followed by micro shorter time frame analysis and intraday setups, which I mentioned in my Telegram group and Twitter. I see a lot of people coming up with questions, so if I put it in a video format, it'll be easier for you guys to understand what I mean when I say bullish absorptions or bullish divergences and RSI, how to relate everything. Other than this, we'll cover Twitter posts, like I always target Twitter posts. So today we'll cover some good Twitter posts and try to use them for our benefit and see what and what not we should take from Twitter. Okay, so because it's a market analysis, so the market update will be there, how the market is doing, how the coins are doing, and everything else. So yeah, having said that, let's start. We have a lot to cover. Okay, so yeah, let's start with the Ethereum merger news. Like you can see, this is from the Daily Hodl. So institutional investors are piling up to Ethereum since November 2021. This is because of course of the merger news which is coming, so thought of giving you some information about the merger news. You can see there is a lot of inflow which are coming to Ethereum, 124 million to the previous week. Last week was $8 million. Okay, and this has been the largest since June of 2021. Yes, it also suggests that as the merger progresses to completion, investor confidence is slowly recovering in Ethereum. So more and more people are probably buying the news and sell the rumor kind of an event. Okay, so you can see these are the flow by assets of US dollar weekly inflows. You can see Bitcoin received a weekly inflow of $19 million, Ethereum 8. And you can see other assets are marked over here. This is a very good thing to watch, especially to know how many inflows are coming and to which assets are they coming. Yeah, so you can see digital assets investment product total inflow was 30 million last week. You can see it was in a downtrend here, yeah, in April, and then last week it was not so, it was much more, but this week you can see it's already continuing in a positive trend. 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row. So this is good news for crypto. Some money is inflowing. Yeah, so let's decode the Ethereum news because everyone has their own thing about the merger. So I find that this is the website where you can get all the merger updates, and they're quite legit in what they post. Ethereum.org. Okay, so you can see what is the meaning of merge, because a lot of people don't understand what is ETH and they keep referring to as ETH 2.0. They don't understand it is just an upgrade of Ethereum from proof of work to proof of stake. You can see here I have highlighted important things for you. This will mark the end of proof of work for Ethereum and the full transition to proof of stake. What will happen is the merge will reduce Ethereum's energy consumption by 99.95%. That is why it is so important, yeah, because everyone is focusing on energy consumption for running the blockchain. So if that gets reduced a lot, then it will be a significant improvement over the last version. You can see here timeline breakups are there. You can go and read from this website, but process is in its final stage with plans to undergo the merge on a few public testnets before finally moving forward with the mainnet. So they are still stuck in the public testnets. Once they find it successful over there, they can move it over to the mainnet. Like you can see, there are a lot of countdowns of the merger, but so far the last date was Target date has been set to 19th of September. This came from Team Biko of Ethereum Foundation, who arranges meetings of the network's code developers. So he has proposed 19th of September. That is why you will see this date everywhere reflecting. So you can see beautifully they have written here what is the merge from proof of work to proof of stake by using something called as the beacon chain. Yeah. So there are a lot of things you can read here. It is important to remember that initially the beacon chain shipped separately from the mainnet. Okay. So now they are trying to merge it with the mainnet. Since Genesis proof of work has secured the mainnet, the merge represents the official switch to using the beacon chain as the engine of block production. Yeah. So mining will no longer be required to produce valid blocks. So instead of that, they will use beacon chain. Instead, the proof of stake validators assume this role and will be responsible for processing the validity of all transaction and proposing blocks. Okay. No history is lost as the mainnet gets merged with the beacon chain. It will also merge the entire transactional history of Ethereum. You don't need to do anything. Your funds are safe. Okay. So if you have put your Ethereum in a stake pool or anything, you don't need to worry. So your funds will be safe and nothing is going to affect this merger as per them. Yeah. That is why I've highlighted over here. You don't need to do anything and protect your funds entering the merge. Okay. Same thing, to make Ethereum more eco-friendly and more sustainable, they want to go from proof of work to POS, proof of stake. Yeah. And there are various misconceptions which are running. This is basically for all the people who have built their platforms on Ethereum mainnet. So it is for them. Gas fees and staking nodes and everything. You can come and read over here. Like I was saying, the ETH 1 and ETH 2.0 confusion. So they have written here quite clearly, after merging ETH 1 and ETH 2 into a single coin, there will no longer be two distinct Ethereum networks. There will only be Ethereum. Okay. ETH 1 will be considered as the execution layer, which handles transactions and execution. And ETH 2 will be called as the consensus layer, which handles the proof of stake consensus. Okay. So this is basically the meaning. I'll leave a clue here. Originally, the plan was to work on sharding before the merge to address scalability. However, with the boom of layer 2 scaling solutions, the priority has shifted to swapping proof of work to proof of stake via the merge. Okay. So if you can decode what is sharding and what are the coins which focuses on sharding, and what is layer 2 scaling solutions, then you can find some very good investment opportunities for the upcoming bull market. Yeah, this is a homework for you. You can work on this and let me know in the comment section if you manage to decode it and what are the layer 2 scaling solutions you want to invest in, which according to you will do good. Okay, so this is the website. I'll leave a link of the website in the description so you can go and read about this. Okay, so this is about the Ethereum news. Moving on, Binance CEO CZ Binance, yeah. So he is suing Bloomberg. You can see everyone is saying that he is suing Bloomberg, but he is not suing Bloomberg. He is actually suing the Hong Kong partner for Bloomberg. That is why I've highlighted this over here. Now, why is that? Because Bloomberg came up with an article a few days back on June 23 that can crypto's richest man stand the cold of the bear market, of course. But in the Hong Kong Business Week local publisher, Modern Media CL, they ran a different headline design altogether, yeah, to spur hatred, contempt and ridicule. So they wrote that Zhao Changpeng is running a Ponzi scheme. Okay, so this is what he is suing them for. So he has called for editions removal from the newsstands, and he has separately filed a motion for discovery against Bloomberg LP and Bloomberg Inc. in the US District Court for the Southern District of New York over defamatory allegations. Yeah. Now, why he did this was because you can see he has tweeted over here that, hey Bloomberg, we will do a nice profile piece on you. So this is what Bloomberg told CZ, that come over, we'll do a nice profile piece on you and invite you for photo shoots, etc. Then switches the story last minute, ignores all positive comments they got from third parties picked only old negatives and still puts you on the cover. Yeah, WTF, unprofessional. So he was really sad, and you need to know that CZ was a ex-Bloomberg employee. Yeah? So he was working for Bloomberg. They invited him to make a piece on him, and in the end, they just, you know how these big banks and hedge funds are. Yeah, so this is a very good news that he has decided to sue them and remove these portrayals. Yeah, portrayal of Binance as a sketchy and portrayal of Binance as a massive shitcoin casino. Okay, so I believe that Binance is one of the very good exchanges out there, and I really like the work CZ has done over the years, and that is why I thought of highlighting that news. Okay, moving forward, you can see Barclays. Yeah, so if you don't know who is Barclays, then Barclays is world's one of the biggest banks of UK. You can see Barclays is one of the UK's biggest bank with total assets of around 1.4 trillion as of 2021. Okay, so they are expected to invest millions of dollars in Copper's funding round. Now, what is Copper? Very confusing. Yeah, when I read this also, I got very confused because I didn't know what Copper is. So I went and did some research on this. So this, you can see, is the official website of Copper. So they are an institutional getaway to digital assets investing. Yeah. So this is for big investors and us, of course, but mostly they want to focus on institutional investors, crypto trading and investing experience. So this is a platform where institutions can come and start investing in, you can see, algo funds, DeFi funds, trading firms, retail firms, exchanges. Yeah, very good website, I believe. Yeah, you can see they have been accredited by so many groups, some big names over here, trusted and backed by the best. You can see ISDA is over here, GBBC is over here. Yeah. So yeah, this is, so that is why Barclays want to invest $2 billion is the Copper's funding round, I believe. Yeah, Barclays is expected to invest a sum in the millions of dollars as part of the raise. Yeah, Copper has chosen to become regulated in Switzerland after it was unable to register with UK's Financial Conduct Authority. You can see Barclays has previously invested in institutional crypto services provider Elwood Technologies in May 2021. So this is going to be one more investment. So they are basically trying to focus on institutional crypto service provider because a lot of their clients are probably institutions. Yeah. So the good thing from this is that in spite of crypto facing significant hurdles due to macro environment, lack of buyers, financial institutions are still showing an increase in interest and the long-term value continues to expand. Okay, so this means that if big banks and institutions are wanting to move towards crypto, we in India are saying that no, crypto is not good, let's just tax it, let's declare it as a gamble as you do in a casino, and let's just move away from it, where you see the whole world is trying to embrace it. So this is some good news that Barclays is going to invest millions of dollars in the Copper funding round. Okay, now moving on to some bad news. You can see here Voyager's news has cropped up again. If you follow FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried on Twitter, then you can probably know about the news. So I thought to decode it a little bit. So what SBF has done is, Sam Bankman has done is, he has offered a proposal to Voyager to help customers. Now I don't know who was right and who was wrong because a lot of things are missing from the article which is published here, but basically it is same. Failed lender Voyager, no customer will be made whole under FTX proposal. Yeah. Now what that means is, in a court filing, Voyager's lawyers said the plan transfers significant value to Alameda FTX. Okay, like you know that FTX has a lot of investment in Voyager via Alameda. So they are basically offering it to protect the interest of that. But FTX is saying something else. Yeah, FTX is saying it is interested to give advantage to Voyager's customer. Okay, so cutting the long story short, Voyager wants to go to a trial, and what Sam Bankman-Fried is trying to say is that people who are involved in the bidding procedure or in the litigations or managing the law side of it are trying to delay the process, and by doing so, what they're trying to do is they're trying to extract money from Voyager. Now, who is going to pay all this money? The customers who have invested. Yeah, a share of their holdings is going to go to fund the series of lawyers and regulatory bodies involved in the process. Now, this is the this does not say a lot of things. That is why I went to Twitter and found the official link which he posted over here. Voyager's lost customer assets, but still it has the majority left. Why haven't those been returned to the customers yet? Okay, so SBF is trying to show you a story on the basis of customer protection. Now he has laid down reasons of the bankruptcy process. Let's go through them. You can see Voyager still has 75% of assets left. Yeah, so it seems like the first thing that should happen is that customers get back the 75% and then later get back whatever is recovered from 3AC. Yes, but has that happened yet? If no, why? So he is trying to decode that. Yeah, first there is a long drawdown process during which the funds are frozen. It can take years, like the Mt. Gox, which happened in 2011, and the process is still going on. Okay. Meanwhile, that entire time, various bankruptcy agencies are slowly bleeding the customers' frozen assets dry with consulting fees. Now, this is what I was telling you, that the bankruptcy agencies or the agents that deal with bankruptcy proceedings are bleeding customers' frozen assets with consulting fees. Yeah, this can cost customers hundreds of millions of dollars by the time all is said and done. Yeah, so basically this was it. So what they have offered is, actually why he wanted to make this offer is because of this tweet over here. A lot of parties were trying to bid 0.1 on the dollar for the asset, which means is if a customer had $100 on the platform, a third party would pay $10 for it, get whatever funds remain, maybe $75, and then the customer gets back $10. Okay, so whoever takes over Voyager or buys out Voyager, they are going to pay you back $0.1 on the dollar for the assets you have there. Yeah, so if you have $100, you are going to get $10, and out of the 175 which was remaining is going to go back to the third party which is going to buy. Out of that 75, they are going to only give you $10. So what he is trying to say is, why don't you just give them the $75 now to the customers? Why only $10 later? Yeah, this can affect the equity of the platform to a certain extent. That is why they don't want to do it, because a lot of investors are there in Voyagers. I think SBF is one of the investors also in this. I think there is a tweet inside here which states that, yeah, as a disclaimer, I also have a stake in this process, but I'm pretty sure our offer hurts the stake. Yeah, because if you're buying it out cheaper and then you're giving everything to the customers, so the stakeholders of Voyagers won't get anything. That is what he is saying. There is a chance equity in Voyager would be worth more if the process drags out, but equity holders aren't who matters right now. The customers are important. Yeah, so what he is trying to say is, so we submitted an offer. If accepted, any customer who wanted could come and get back their share of everything that remained as soon as possible. So the customer above would get back $75 immediately and retain their claim. In case more was recovered from 3AC, then that would go back to them. Okay, so it would let customers, if they choose, get the remaining assets back right away with no additional fee and no additional haircut. Okay, so who is against our offer? Well, it was voluntary. Customers wouldn't have to use it, but there are parties that would lose from it. Third parties who want to take some of the customer assets as free. The consultants, for instance, want the bankruptcy process to drag out as long as possible. You know, the same thing like lawyers want to drag a case in court so they can charge more and more fees for every appearance. Same, basically the logic is same over here. Okay. So yeah, this is the whole fiasco which is going here. You can follow him on Twitter and you can read this thread. Yeah. So very good effort which he's trying to put in. Now let's see how it's going to fizzle out. Yeah. Now coming back to the last news of the day, which is Tesla. You can see Tesla, everybody was saying Tesla bought the top and sold the bottom. Looks like it is not, because that's why I was saying they decided to sell it in the first place. If you can see some of my tweets going back, I wrote this, that if I was the CEO of Tesla, I would do the same to generate more cash flow during a COVID struck and a bear market environment. You need to have more cash flow to run a company. Okay, so Tesla has basically done the same, and they have recorded 64 million gains on Bitcoin sale in Q2. So they have not lost anything, because nobody knew the average buy price of Tesla. That is why everyone was just framing that they bought the top and sold the bottom. Some random figure of 29,000 was coming in, but who knows what's the truth. But you can see Tesla posted a gain of $64 million on sale of 75% of their BTC holding. That netted it 936 million in the second quarter. Okay, you can see here on the earnings call, Tesla Chief Financial Officer Zach said the company converted a majority of our Bitcoin holdings to fiat for a realized gain. Okay, Tesla first acquired 1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin in the first quarter of 2021, but did not disclose its average purchase price. Yeah, later in the first quarter of the company trimmed its Bitcoin position by 10% in the same quarter of 2021, a sale that boosted that quarter's earning by 272 million. So it's not like they have done it for the first time. They did it before also, which boosted their earnings by 272 million. That is why you can see it hasn't added to or reduced its holding until the most recent quarter, a move CEO Elon Musk said was taken to raise cash in the face of COVID-19 lockdowns in China, one of its largest markets. Okay, so he said he sold out the Bitcoin position to raise cash. Yeah, this is expected from any company. You cannot expect them to go loss making just because they are Bitcoin maximalist. Yes, institutions, companies, big investors, they don't care whether Bitcoin goes to $100,000 or $0. They just want to take some profits out of the trades or the positions they are in. Okay, so this is about Tesla. I hope you don't spread negative news about Tesla, and I really like the company and the work they are doing, and you can see that this was a strategic move. Yes, nothing you can complain of. Okay, coming back to the next most important thing which is going on, which is the definition of White House. Definition of recession being changed by White House. Yeah, White House declines to define what a recession is. You can see White House recession. If you go and type on Twitter, these are the trending tweets which are coming. What is a recession? The screenshots of whitehouse.gov and all that thing. Yeah, you can see the lady here.
I'm just saying that we're just not going to define it. We use the indicators that the NBER, the National Bureau of Economic Research, have used. We've mentioned that a few times.
Yeah, you can see here that she's saying that we don't want to define recession for you, but we are just going to use the indicators which NBR has defined. Now, if you want to decode this, you want to go to the official website of this one. This is the whitehouse.gov. Okay, how do economists determine whether the economy is in a recession or not? Now, the initial definition was, what is a recession? While some maintain that 2 consecutive quarters of failing real GDP constitutes a recession. That means that if 2 quarters your GDP is coming negative, then you are in a recession. So this is what they are trying to defend or change the definition for, because you can see this is the GDP of USA. Q1 of 2022 was minus 1.6. Yeah, you can see that this is negative now, and people are expecting that Q2 will also be negative. Yeah, so this would be, if they go by this definition, then this would mean that if both quarters come negative, 1 quarter and the second quarter, then US would officially enter recession. Okay, so that is why they are saying that this is neither the official definition nor the way economists evaluate the state of business cycle. Based on these data, it is unlikely that the decline in GDP in the first quarter of this year, even if followed by another GDP decline in the second quarter, indicates a recession. So they are basically saying this is not the way to define it. Even if the GDP for the second quarter is coming negative, then that doesn't mean we are in a recession. So instead of that, you can see the National Bureau of Economic Research defines recession as a significant decline in economic activity that is spread across the economy and lasts more than a few months. Yeah, recession, inflation, how it affects, how it does not affect. I've already made a video for you, and it is in processing right now, and probably will post the video tomorrow. You can watch that and understand for yourself that how does it affect you, and do you need to know meaning of all these fancy terms and the indicators which NBR is posting here. Okay. Also, because the committee depends on government statistics that are reported at various lag, it cannot officially designate a recession until after it starts. So how might the NBR committee assess the health of the economy? Now these are the indicators. Yeah, these are the 4 indicators which they are saying. You can see non-farm payrolls, retail income less transfers, real personal consumption expenditure, and industrial productions. Okay, so this is the graph which they are going to use. You can see NBR recession indicator variables, April 2020 to June 2022. So these are the indicators they are going to use in the future. Yeah, you can drop down to this website, and if you want some general knowledge, you can come and read this. This is a good thing to learn, but I don't think you will benefit out of it. Okay. However, but this was progressing and this was quite trending, so I thought why not take you to the source and show you what GDP and recession and what White House is saying. Okay. Now this concludes the news and the important events that have cropped up. Now let's focus on what is going to come up over the weekend. So you can see this week is going to be very important because of few reasons. One is earnings calendar. Okay, this is the earnings calendar of Nasdaq, and you can see why it is important, because like Tesla revealed its earning, that is going to affect the stock value of Tesla. Okay, so whichever big companies which are in Nasdaq, if their stock gets affected, then the index as a whole will get affected. Okay, it can go up and it can go down. Now you know Nasdaq and US 100, if they go down, then what goes down? Crypto market goes down. Yes, because it's directly correlated to US stock markets and how they behave. Okay, so you can see this date, July 26th, which is today in India and tomorrow in US. So all these earnings data are going to come out tomorrow for Microsoft, Google, Visa, and Coca-Cola. These are the 4 big companies which are going to release its earnings data. Other companies are also there, but it's not important for us. So I just thought of marking bigger companies over here. And you can see if you move on to 27th of July, which is here, the first thing that crops up is Meta, yeah, Meta Platforms.inc, which is Facebook. Now there are a lot of other important companies like Boeing over here, and Ford Motor and Shopify. Yeah, these are the companies which are which can affect the stock market. That is why I've marked them. Shopify, Ford, Boeing, Meta. You can keep your eye on this. Okay, and see the earnings data as they come out. If you go to July 28th, then you can see Apple and Amazon. 2 big names are on the top over here. They are going to come soon. Yeah, Apple is over here, Amazon is over here, then is Pfizer. So these are the big. Pfizer is a pharma company, the vaccine making company, if you remember. Honeywell is also there, and this will conclude all the tech and industrial companies. After that, I think will be followed by gas and oil and gas companies like Exxon, Procter and Gamble, and Chevron. Yeah, so Chevron and Exxon, you can see these are the 2 biggest companies in oil and gas sector. So their earnings are going to come, and it is going to affect the natural gas prices, of course, and you can expect some volatility. Yeah, so this earnings data is going to be very significant, and you can see 26, 27, 28, 29. So till Friday end, you have a whole lot of news which is going to come out, and a lot of volatility might crop up, you can already see the effects of the volatility. So going by the calendars, you can see this is the forexfactory.com. This is the calendar. People keep referring to FOMC. If you have heard, I'm sure you must have heard. So this is the official channel. I had posted this link on my Telegram to help people see, because this is where the data will be reflected first, okay, before anyone can post it on Twitter. So you can see date 27th of July. So this date is going to be significant. You can see on 26th we do not have any info other than the earnings data which is going to come, but on 27th you can see FOMC statement and federal fund rate is going to come. Yeah, you can see this one forecast and previous. So the previous is 1.75. Yeah, so it was 1%. They increased it by 75 basis point. So it has come to 1.75. People are now forecasting one more increase of 75 basis point. That is how they have reached a figure of 2.5 forecast over here. If the actual comes more than this, then markets will go down. And if it comes same, then markets will probably be a little bit volatile and try to test important levels up and down and then find a direction. Okay. But if there is a raise of 100 basis point, then this figure would be 2.75. So the actual will be more than the forecast. Okay. So this is how you figure out how the markets are going to behave. Yes. Like I mentioned in my Telegram channel last time, that if the markets have to go up, they have to go down first. And if the markets have to go down, they have to go up first. Okay. So don't FOMO in. There will be a lot of volatility during these times. So if you're not in any trade, and if you're not a pro trader or an advanced trader, I'll recommend not to trade these days and keep your funds safe. Let the market find a direction and then only jump into it. Okay. And you can see on Thursday 28th, there is FOMC press conference, followed by the unemployment claims. Yeah, this is also very important. You can see the previous was 251K and the forecast is 253K. Okay. If the unemployment rate increases, then you can see the market, the US market is not doing well because the unemployment is rising. Okay. So this has a potential to let the market fall. Okay. So these are the few important dates for you and a few important earnings data, which I said, keep an eye on these two things. Okay. And this is all you need to know. I will post links of these websites in the description below. And so you can keep an eye on them real time. Okay. You just need to go to the website and go to the calendar page, and then this data will be available. Okay. Now moving on to the market analysis. How the markets are doing. So you can see all the major coins are in red. You can see red everywhere. Nothing surprising here. This is what we were forecasting for the last 10 days. If you want to see the percentage of change in 24 hours, you can see all shit coins and hamster. I don't know what even these coins are, but you can see these coins are doing really well. But I don't normally look at all these coins. You can see one of them's name is student coin also here. Unbelievable amount of crypto coins tokens that are now today in circulation is crazy. Yeah. So yeah, but I tend to see the top 50 coins. So I have put them in my watch list. You can see these are the top 50 coins. Yeah. Top 50 coins. You can see everything is in red. Nothing is in green here except ICP. ICP is the one which is green. And Atom, you can see Atom is picking up slowly here. Yeah. So Atom, ICP, and there is one shortcut over here, LTC. And if you click it over here, it will show Atomic coin. Yeah. So yeah. So these are the top 50 coins. You can see they are all negative. So nothing much to say. And if you go to tokens, you can see everything, all stable coins are in green. That means there is money outflow from the crypto market going to stable coins. Yeah, this is a very good website which shows you very clearly that how the market is behaving. You can see that crypto is going negative and stable coins are going positive. That means everything, people are going into cash reserves. Yeah. So this is the watch list. Coin360.com is the website, very good website. You can they have tab for exchanges also over here. You can see which exchange has highest volume. You can see Binance volume has increased by 10%, FTX by 17.33%, and all other exchanges which are doing good over here. Okay. So this is how you can quickly just come, and in 2 minutes you can figure out which is going red, which is going green, and what I should focus on. Okay. Now moving on to liquidations level, like we were discussing, you can see this is the data. Last 1 hour, $1.32 million have been liquidated. Yeah. So in 24 hours, 208 million people have been dollars have been liquidated, and 73,954. So you can see how difficult it is for people to trade because of the sideways market. So you don't have to blame yourself if you have lost some. Yeah, you can see a lot of people have got liquidated in ETH, maximum in ETH, then in BTC, then in XRP, Atom, Matic. That's why I was saying that don't long ETH. And if you're long, take some profits on it. If you want to see long and shorts percentage, you can see it's almost same on most of the exchanges. But if you go in the last 1 hour history, you can see FTX is quite high, longs versus short. And if you want to equate it to funding rates, then you can see BTC and ETH. I only keep shortlisted as BTC and ETH. I don't see anything else. Okay, you can see the actual and the predicted funding rates over here. It's all positive except FTX, which is negative. Yeah, so one day I'll make a video on how to use funding rates for your trading. But if you do not know, you can just write your views in the comment section, that what you mean by funding rate, and do you know that if the funding rate is positive, what does it mean, and if it is negative, what does it mean, just to see. If everyone knows, then no need to make a video on it. Okay, so this concludes the market view. Now coming back to the market analysis. So this is my fear and greed chart, guys, which I use for macro investing. Okay, so you can see this is the fear and greed index which I have put in, and I've modified it on the basis of what I would like to see. Yeah, so if you've seen the BTC prediction video, this is from that only. So you can see this is the market structure which I was referring to always. Whenever such a market structure forms, a correction always happen. Yeah, so we corrected here. That is why I don't like this structure which formed over here. Now let's see what happens. Do we still go? But we still have a lot of support down at 16,218. So hopefully, let's see. Now this is my target. Now let's see what will happen. So I hope the fear and greed will come down over here. You can see I'm expecting something like this to happen, it to come here and find support and then try to go over from here. Yeah, so yeah, so I was just using this was working perfectly before. Whenever it touches 5, I used to buy, and whenever it's on the top, I used to sell. Okay, and then so you can see you can make a lot of profits over here just by buying and selling this zone on BTC. Yeah, you can see 130% profit. Yeah, so the sell was also quite you can see a lot of bearish divergence which was forming here, and like I was explaining that day, that when this line breaks, you should be out of the market. But if you're not, this was one more chance. You can see the market testing back again here. This was one more chance, and this is where the market was confirmed. Okay, bear market. This I shared with all my investors and people in my group. Yeah, and we got out of the market at around 48,000. I think I have shared the chart on Twitter also with everyone, but that time I was not active, so sadly I could not help you guys. But going forward from today, this is the chart we follow, and this is the chart we'll see, and we'll analyze fear and greed and try to use it for our macro analysis. Okay, so this is the fear and greed chart. Then coming back to yeah, this is my dominance charts for USDT. So yeah, you can see this looks a bit messy, but let me help you in this. So this is the Bitcoin price. Okay, and then I have laid over the USDT dominance, and then the total crypto market in white here, USDT dominance in orange here. You can see from here clearly that whenever USDT dominance goes up, crypto market goes down and BTC goes down. Yeah. So what it means is basically when money is coming out of the market, it is going in USDT. So money is coming out of the market means BTC will go down, crypto market will go down, USDT will go up. Okay. The same thing happens in the reverse order over here. You can see that when money is coming out of USDT, yeah, over here BTC is going up, crypto market is going up. So you can see that here again money has started going up slowly, and crypto market is going down, BTC is going down. I mean, you can use this as a technical chart, but I don't know how helpful it will be, just the US dominance chart per se. Yeah, you can make analysis on this also, and then you can use it to your own benefit. Yeah, I normally try to keep track on this and try to figure out that when is the USDT dominance top, that is the time you want to get in the market, and when is the bottom, that is the time you want to get out of the market. Okay, so this is one way you can use it. Okay, so this is the dominance chart. I will try to keep you updated every time. Now coming to some short-term time frame analysis, like you remember, I gave you this scalp long over here on the BTC chart, but you can see that this parallel channel which we drew was rejected, and now it has become resistance. You can see we are on the 15 minutes now. Okay, so this is basically intraday setups. You can see market is getting some resistance over here. Yeah, so let's see what can happen. Yeah, if you this is the RSI which I have integrated over here. Now you can see before you want to take a long, you want this to go to the 50 and then reject again. Okay, now when it comes over here, I would want to see it test impulse wave POC and go up. Yeah, this is the impulse wave POC, so there will be a lot of support over here. Now this is the old POC, so we might not get so much support. If we don't get, then this will be a good zone. Yeah, this will be a full wave POC. I think it is still marked, if I have not deleted it already. Yeah, it is still marked. You can see this wave, this full wave POC is over here. Okay, so hopefully BTC will find some support over here and go. But in 15 minutes, if you want to see this two scenario, then when price is let's just delete this one now. If you want to see something like this, yeah, so price is going to behave something like this, and RSI is going to behave something like this. Yeah, so this is you can see here that if you want to zoom in on the RSI, you can see that RSI has come down early up till this, so it is making a clear uptrend from here to here, and you can see price is making a downtrend. Okay, so this will be a good bullish divergence to take a long trade on. Now don't keep holding the trade, okay, because it is not going to, we are not sure how the markets are going to react. So keep tight stop losses 1 to 1.5%, and then target only this middle channel. Yeah, try to extend this one over here, and just this middle channel should be good enough for profits. You can see this is a 4% trade, so this will be quite a okay scalp. Yeah, you can take some profits here, and you can move your stop losses to entry over here, entry. So even if you get stopped out, you have got stopped out with some profits. And then this would be my first target, and then this would be my second target. Okay, because as per fib, if you want to see, let's see, as per fib, if you want to see, this should be the ideal target for the long. Okay, it should come till here, and then it should crop down. Okay, now let's see how this long phases out. But yeah, but you know, everything does not go down in a straight line. This has come down quite well, so I think there should be one more uptick till here, and then again we can come to test lower levels POC and then go up. Okay, so now this is basically the BTC price structure. If you want to see the ETH price structure, this is again same like we had posted. So once ETH is below this support line, it's already in a resistance line. Yeah, so you can see ETH will get some resistance over here and then it will drop straight to this line. Okay, try to test. If there is some bullish divergence over here, it can go up. If no, then it will come down to this POC test here, and then this should be a good area of long, okay, for ETH, because you can see on the higher time frames, this is the higher time frames, you can see this is the middle line of the parallel channel that we drew. So hopefully it will find some support over here, make some bullish divergence and go up to test at least the 382 level over here, this area over here. Yeah, you can see this lines up perfectly with the top of the channel. Okay, so if this comes up, go here, test again, and then again come back like this. Who knows what will happen, but for now this looks like a good long opportunity, okay, for ETH. So I'm sure you are in some good shorts on ETH for now. Okay, so keep this long on I, yeah, and try to take this trade. Yeah, I don't need to explain the RSI again. RSI is still the same, and yeah, this is a very good trade also. Okay, so and this will be quite an easy trade because a lot of people will be shorting ETH now. Okay, so yeah, try to take benefit of it. Okay, in the 15 minutes RSI will also do the same. If price drops, RSI should drop lesser than the price, okay, which is like this, and then up. Then you get uptick in RSI, lower tick in price. This will give you a bullish divergence confirmation. Okay, so these are some intraday trades for you, and yeah, I think this should be enough for this video, and as we go on, we'll try to give you more setups in the intraday analysis and try to cover some other altcoins. Just write in the comment section what more would you want to see from this market analysis video, which I'll upload daily, and we'll do a Q&A section every day. Okay, so what you can do is you guys can post all the questions that you have in the description in the comments below, and I'll try to pick 5 questions from that which are good and which will be generally helpful to everyone, and I'll try to answer them. Please avoid coin predictions comments. I mean, you can put what coins you want me to predict. I'll do it in a separate video altogether. But if you have any questions in general about crypto market, try to write in the comment section and I'll try to answer them. Okay guys, so thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe our channel if you like our analysis and the work that we do. And yeah, please mention in the comment section how you like this video, because this is the first daily analysis video. I'm sure there is a lot of scope of improvement in this. And yeah, thank you for watching guys, and have a good day everyone. Take care. Bye bye.